In a quiet suburb of Regina, this moment is when the Almoleas truly feel at peace, although being here still feels a bit surreal for them. It's been 3 months since the Syrian family was plucked from a plastic tent in a crowded refugee camp. The family relies heavily on 21-year-old Hani. After all, he's the reason they were chosen to come to Canada.
I had my own life before all of this. I had my beautiful life that I already dreamed about it before the conflicts and everything. And that life interrupted for like 4 years. And now we are here. I hope that I can really start my new life.
The family fled its home in western Syria in 2012. Hani had just finished high school. He had plans to go to university to become a doctor or engineer.
My diploma, the only thing that I brought from Syria. I hope that I can use it here because I risked my life for that.
That determination is what has impressed so many about Hani. 2 years ago, a photographer from the New Yorker magazine featured him in a piece about the lost generation. Hani had taught himself English by listening to American rap music and watching YouTube videos.
I think the last 2 years had destroyed my ambition a little bit, but there's a hope, there's a life.
That inspired the United Nations Refugee Agency. It made Hani the poster boy of the Syrian refugee crisis. It started following him with a camera.
My name is Hani Al-Molaya, and I am 21 years old. My family and I escaped from the war in Syria. My cousins were killed. Our home was destroyed. Now, all 8 of us live in this tent. And here's our sitting room. We do everything here. As you can see, my brothers are doing homework. مرحبا شباب. هلا. كيف الوظائف؟ تمام؟
Life in the camp was particularly grueling for Hani. He is legally blind. A congenital eye condition means everything is out of focus unless it's 10 centimeters from his face.
In that camp, I try to be in the shadows. I try to be in the tent. I can't go outside wherever I want. Ashraf!
When Hani does go outside, he sees the world in his own way. He takes photographs. He can't see what he's snapping, just uses his instincts.
This one is like white.
Then all becomes clear to him when he zooms in on the images afterwards. Taking pictures in the camp was the only thing that gave him joy.
My family and I are losing hope. Every day, the news from Syria gets worse.
A Syrian refugee boy I know.
UN spokesperson Melissa Fleming tells Hani's story any chance she can. This was a TED Talk a year ago. Fleming used Hani as an example of why the world should invest in refugees.
Hani is at a tipping point. We would love to help him go to university and to become an engineer. But our funds are prioritized for the basics in life. Tents and blankets and mattresses and kitchen sets, food rations. Hani's story is a tragedy, but it doesn't have to end that way.
Around that time, the UN Refugee Agency selected Hani for resettlement and sent his file to the Canadian Embassy. 4 months after the TED Talk, Hani got a phone call, and the camera was rolling.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that. It's a big honor for me.
The family was told to go to the Canadian Embassy in Beirut.
Welcome to the Canadian Embassy. My name is Ian McGrath. You guys have come a long way. Today, you have passed the interview. You have had your case referred to us by the UNHCR. You guys are going to be going to Regina in Saskatchewan.
Where it is?
Good question.
So the Almoleas became the chosen ones.
The Canadian government won't say how it chooses which refugees are given the golden ticket, only that it prioritizes vulnerable groups. Hani credits his eye condition, his ability to speak English, and the UN's attention to his story.
The family was given flights to Canada and financial support for a year.
CNIB paper so I can...
A local agency for newcomers has taught them the basics, from riding a bus to registering for school. Each day is challenging, but when they see these images,
thousands more continue to arrive.
Refugees risking everything in dangerous, desperate attempts for a better life, there is a sense of survivor's guilt.
Very sad, very sadness moments to see that.
Financial pressure is building. Hani's father, Mohammed, is a sheep farmer and high school dropout. He doesn't speak English. He knows Hani, despite his disability, is their best bet for a bright future.
Yeah, we hope that we can find the chance to be independent and have work and to be useful in this community, and we need to help ourselves.
In 9 months, the money is cut off. Hani's dream to attend university has dimmed. He can't afford tuition and knows he must find a job.
Yeah, we feel pressure with this because that's one of the biggest reasons that we are here is Hani's education. So, yeah, still complicated. Yeah.
One day?
One day.
At least now, in their new home, that is a possibility. Bonnie Allen, CBC News, Regina.